This is Basic Portuguese with Dr. Chris Wildermuth, or as we say in Portuguese, Português Básico. I'm going to share some basic words, which in Portuguese is palavras básicas. Basic words. Words is palavras, and basic, básicas. First, let's learn how to say good morning, which in Portuguese we normally say good day instead of good morning. Good morning in Portuguese is bom dia. Bom is good, and dia is day, so good day. Let me say it again. Bom dia. And if it's the afternoon, you're going to say good afternoon, which in Portuguese is boa tarde. Boa is good, and tarde is afternoon. Boa tarde. Awesome. Now imagine that it's evening. We don't have in Portuguese the difference between good night and good evening. It's the same. So in Portuguese, that would be boa noite. Boa is good. Noite is evening. Boa noite. Now, actually, the most important thing you need to learn how to say before anything else is you need to know how to say that you don't speak Portuguese. So you could say, eu não falo português. I don't speak Portuguese. Let's go through this a little more slowly. Let's say this again. Eu is I, não falo, don't speak. Português is Portuguese. Eu não falo português. I don't speak Portuguese. Eu não falo português. You may have noticed that sound não. It's nasal and a little hard to pronounce. So I'll say it again. Não. Eu não falo português. Try it. And of course, once you say that, you probably want to know if the person speaks English, which would be, in Portuguese, você fala inglês? Do you speak English? Once again, because this is such an important question. Você fala inglês? Você fala inglês? Now, one problem is that in Portuguese, we have two ways of saying you. We have você, which is informal, and when we want to talk to a woman and we want to be more formal, we use a senhora. A senhora. So it would be a senhora fala inglês. If you're speaking to a man, then it wouldn't be a senhora, because that's woman. So it would be o senhor. O senhor fala inglês. O senhor fala inglês. The good news is that most of the time you're going to be fine with você, because people will recognize that you're a foreigner and they probably won't worry too much if you're using você or o senhor or a senhora. You may not want to use o senhor when it's a woman or a senhora when it's a man, though. What if somebody does something nice to you and you want to say thank you? Well, in Portuguese, that would be obrigada. Obrigada. That is, if you're a woman, you would say obrigada. Notice that it ends with an A. To that, the other person will probably say you're welcome, which would be in Portuguese, de nada. De nada. And this time it doesn't really matter if the person is a man or a woman. It's always going to be de nada. It literally means it's nothing. And if you're a man and you want to say thank you, then it would be obrigado. Obrigado. Notice that it ends with an O because you're a man, you're a guy. It just means much obliged. So that's why the adjective agrees with the person who is saying it. Now imagine that you're lost. That's one more thing that you should know how to say. You can say estou perdida, which means I'm lost. Estou perdida. If you're a man, you would say estou perdido. It would end with an O. Okay, I guess that's enough basic words for today. So let me just say até logo, which means goodbye. Até logo, see you soon. Or just ciao, which means the same thing. Ciao.
Created using Powtoon.